What is effective communication? When you look at the communication, what we have to understand, the communication should be effective. It means there should be a follow-up system. That message is to be confirmed in two ways. You have to communicate. For example, if you pass a message, that message has to be confirmed, right? For example, if I say something like, can you give me water, please? Then you have to reply it, sure. Then you have to give that water. After that, there should be another feedback. Thank you. Thank you for your water. You're welcome, sir. So this is the way you are going to make the communication effective. So in effective communication, what you can see the feedback system. So there will be a sender, the person who is going to pass the message. Then there will be a receiver, the person who is going to get the message or receive the message. The message is most important one when we communicate. That should be very clear. That should be understood. So you are going to use the certain vocabulary according to the audience that you are targeting, like to whom you are going to communicate. The communications you are dealing with common people, then you have to structure your sentences according to the target group. If you are targeting the same communication to the VIP guests, then you are going to communicate accordingly using diplomatic language. So professional way of communication is essential in your message. When you are passing the message, you have to make sure these things are going to be adapted. So language is one thing and business is another thing. So in the business environment, the business situations, how you are going to communicate your language. That language should be diplomatic and appropriately handled. Okay, if you look at that in the workplace environment connected with the hotel environment, if a person is going to work in the hotel like a manager, then he is going to communicate with the staff when the guests arrives. So when the guests arrive at the time, he is going to communicate with the different people. So there will be different situations he is going to manage with, right? So let's have some understanding about it. So are you a hotel supervisor struggling to handle VIP guests or manage complaints or coordinate with your team? So this is the video that I'm trying to present in order to let you to understand these communication situations. Today we are dealing with this issue one by one. So at the end of the program that you are going to have some understanding what is communications, how you are going to communicate effectively, how are you going to handle the guest complaints effectively in a special way, and how you are going to interact with the VIP guests and also the employees confidently and lead your team effectively under pressure. So these are the things that we are focusing on. So if you look at that effective communications, you have to always make sure your sentences are shorter when the situations are a rush. That you have to make the sentences are shorter, but it should be very clear. The message should be understood and cannot be, there should not be any kind of the person's assume something, right? So assumption should not be there. So you cannot let the person to assume, right? So the message should be very clear. Okay, why the assumptions are coming? Because the message is not repeated or the message is not, understood by the person when the message is passed. So if there is a feedback system and communications going to be effective. Okay, so you have to make sure your structured sentences, the sentences are going to be shorter because it's urgent that you are going to deal with the situation in a hustling way. So confirm, you have to make sure, confirm your understanding. So that's why feedback is there. And positive reinforcement. So that is the most important thing you have to always focus. And professional tone and the body language, right? The professional tones are linked with the vocabulary that you are using, the way, the stress that you are having in the particular situation. So you should have appropriate stress and also the diplomatic language according to the situation you are going to handle. For example, right, if you are looking at the situations during a peak kitchen, during the peak hours in checking time, downtown Dubai, five-star hotel. So if you look at that situations, supervisor says, John, VIP check-ins now. Sarah, luggage assistance please. Omar, regular check-ins please. Update me in every 5 minutes. So this is the message the manager is going to handle with. So everyone knows their task, their role and responsibilities, and lobbies are going to run smoothly. So VIP guests are going to be happy. So this is the situation that we have to understand when the message is passed. So that has to be confirmed. So when the message is passed and the body language, everything should be appropriate. At the same time, the message should be understood. This is how the managers who are going to deal with that situations in Dubai, especially hotel or restaurant working situation. So as a manager, when you are going to deal with the situations connected with their communications, that has to be dealt with effectively. So you have to make sure your communications are going to be effective, then you are going to manage the situation. So thank you for your listening, and if you have any kind of continuous learning situations, feel free to this kind of situations related to your communications, dealing with your situation related to the business environment. So we are there to help you. So practical session can be done in Spot On Training Center, where we have the partnership talent consultancies are going to deal with. Even the corporate situations, if you are going to deal with corporate training sessions, talent consultancies are going to be there. Then they are going to work with you. And if there are any online sessions, we are there to help you. So feel free to message us, and then we are going to work with you together and let your employees happy and satisfied. Your employees are going to be engaged in the workplace. At the same time, business run smoothly. So we are there to help you. Thank you for listening. See you another time. Bye.